I'm going to tell you about one of the biggest losers I have ever heard about in my life. So, there's a guy named Jeremy, and he has been infatuated with a girl named Rachel. He has loved her in his mind for many years. He's 26 years old. They went to school together. So, in his mind, they have been soulmates. They have been lovers. And they have belonged together in his mind only. She has had no feelings for him in any kind of way ever. She has had multiple boyfriends and has a boyfriend right now. But in his mind, because she laughed at his jokes, they are soulmates. They love each other. That is insane. Could you imagine believing because a girl laughed at your jokes that you're lovers, you're soulmates, you belong together? Obviously, he lived a very sheltered life. Obviously, he has zero experience with women. Obviously, he will die all alone, never knowing the touch of a woman. This is obvious. He has a necklace, and I believe he said it was a Rosetta Stone. And he said that they say if someone touches it, they'll be your soulmate. So, of course, she touched it twice, further proving in his mind that they are soulmates. He also called her his best friend. In his mind, they were best friends, but not in reality. The reality is, she didn't talk to him, never hung out with him. The only time he did see her is in a group setting with over 10 people. But he did say a joke and she laughed. So they're soulmates. So he's never spent time with a girl one-on-one. Obviously never been on a date. But yet, he calls her his best friend. A best friend that never talks to you, that never sees you, and you call that a best friend? So in his mind, he has built up a fantasy where she is his best friend, she is his soulmate, and they're going to be together. When he first told me about this situation, I told him to his face he was a loser. He didn't like that, but that's too bad. I told him that this girl will not be with you. You need to move on. But he didn't like that. So he didn't talk to me about it again. And that's okay. I'm not here to deal with your delusions and illusions. So recently, he was upset. I didn't bother asking him, but I asked another coworker, and they were friends since school. And he confided in him, and he told him that somehow, some way, he found out that this girl was with a guy. In his mind, he's hoping it's a cousin. So he confronted her. He asked her, who was the guy? She said, my boyfriend. And then he was upset. He couldn't believe it. What do you mean your boyfriend? We're supposed to be together. We're soulmates. We're best friends. We're supposed to be together. She was blown away, he told his buddy. She could not believe what was coming out of his mouth. She told him that she has never had feelings for him and never will. She told him it will never, ever happen. And she told him that he was crazy for her thinking like that. How could you think that? We never talk. We never have spent time together. How could you think we're best friends and that we're soulmates? So she had just annihilated his life with the truth. And he was upset and he cried. And imagine getting upset over a girl that you have never spent time with one-on-one. Imagine crying over a girl that you've never been with. So he cries, he gets mad, he argues with her. She's supposed to be his soulmate, but she has another man. And so, after all this, you know what happens? Does he accept the truth and move on with his life? Of course not. He tells himself, maybe they'll break up. And you never know what can happen in the future. Maybe we'll be together. After she annihilates him with the truth, that is what he says. When a woman tells you to your face that she has no feelings, never has, doesn't, and never will, it is time for you to move on. But not this loser. He's going to sit at home and hope that she breaks up with him and that she'll realize they're soulmates and then they'll be together. And he's been having to work Saturdays from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 10 o'clock at night. And he has been so mad about it, he has cried. So the one coworker who has been friends with him for a long time since going to school together, he confided in him, why do you hate working Saturday nights so much? You don't have a woman. You don't have anything going on in your life. So why are you so mad about it? You know what he said? He said that he cries about having to work Saturday because in his mind, he believes if he's off of work on Saturday night, he will be able to prevent her from having a boyfriend. How? How can he do that? How can you prevent someone from being with someone? By having the day off, the night off. Crazy. Have you guys ever heard of anyone this insane before? Have you ever heard of a loser like this? Imagine thinking that if you have the day off, you'll prevent someone from being with someone. How crazy you have to be to think that. So I'll close with this. If a girl laughs at your joke, that does not mean you're soulmates. If a girl touches your necklace, that does not mean you're soulmates. And you should not be at home hoping a girl breaks up with someone so you can be together. That's pathetic. So how will you know if a girl likes you? Well, she'll do something crazy, like talk to you. She'll be even crazier when she wants to go out on dates with you, spend time with you. That's how you'll know. She'll want to be with you. When she doesn't want to talk to you, doesn't want to go on dates, doesn't want to spend time with you, that is pretty obvious that she has nothing for you. So move on. Just because you want to be with someone doesn't mean they want to be with you, no matter how much you want to be with them. So this 26-year-old man sitting at home crying over a girl who he believes is his soulmate because she laughed at his jokes and touched his necklace. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no hope. There is no hope. So let me know in the comments your guys' thoughts on this. And this kid, I call him a kid, he's 26, but he's like a little kid, really. He's a little bit of an artist. I would bet you in his room, he has drawn many pictures of this girl, and they're all over his room. And he probably went home and tore them all up and then cried that he did, and then taped them all back together and put them back on his wall. And last thing I'll say is shame on his parents. Where's the dad at? Where's the mom? Why isn't the dad saying, son, you're being a psychopath? If I hear you talk about this girl again, I'm kicking you out of the house. Because this is psycho stuff. This girl has proven she wants nothing to do with you. And you're calling her your soulmate, your best friend. You're saying that you love her. Son, you're being a psychopath. Stop now or be kicked out. That's what needs to happen. All right, guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts.